We're in the beginning of 2023 and it is a very good time to talk about trends so that you can start using these upcoming or booming trends in your digital marketing strategy. Well, a big part of 2023 is going to be about personalization. Earlier, we marketers used to segment our audience and reach out to a bunch of people with one strategy. Now we are going to reach each and every customer with their custom requirements, which means now n equals to multiple, instead of n equals to multiple people or a bunch of people or a segment of audience, now n is equals to 1, which means as a consumer, I will get marketing messaging and recommendations from brands custom to my needs. I will not be put into a segment of people, but I'll be reached out with requirements and needs basis my history, my behavior pattern. And yes, we are living in super exciting time of personalization. Now we are going to talk about 5 kinds of personalization. A brand can reach out at a very basic level, where basic level that we have seen so far is by using the information that customer has already feeded to the brand. For example, they know your name, your anniversary, your birthday date, and they send you a message basis that information. That's a very basic level and starting point of personalization. Now let's move to the next one, which is behavior-based personalization. What is it, Nidhi, you ask? Well, when you think about it, you go on a website and you behave in a certain way, or when you visit an app, you behave in a certain way. What's that behavior? You visit different product pages, you like something, you add certain things on cart, and the brands pick all that behavior, and with that understanding, they reach out to you. How do they reach out to you? They reach out to you via email, push notifications, WhatsApp messages, and that's called behavior-based personalization. So if you are adding something to the cart, the brand will send you a push note saying, hey Nidhi, you have added this particular thing in the cart. Do you want to buy it? You can even sweeten this deal by giving some kind of offer or incentive to the consumer so that they quickly take the action. Now, the third one is location-based personalization, where brands reach out to you because you are present in a specific geolocation. For example, Starbucks will reach out to you if you are near their stores by specific deals and offers so that you visit their store and make purchase. This is a typical strategy which is used by brands who are store-led. For example, Domino's, Starbucks, and many more such brands. So if you are a brand who is like a coffee shop or like a brand which is in a mall, then this is the strategy that's going to be a big part of your 2023 strategy. And if you're not already doing this, you should start doing it. Another important bit is real-time personalization. Now, what is it? And in fact, you must be already experiencing it. You go to Domino's, you add something in the cart, but you abandon your cart and you immediately get a push notification. Hey, Nidhi, here is a deal for you. Just complete your order and get, say, value back in your next order. So that's kind of real time because you are at the moment planning to eat pizza, and if the brand reaches out to you by sweetening the deal then and there, then your chances of conversion are much higher. While this strategy is used by Domino's of the world for a really long time, now with artificial intelligence, predictive modeling, and very advanced intel on consumer, this is just going to next level. How is it going to next level? Well, now a lot of actions happen on app. So now brands have very pure form of data available to you. So if earlier brands were burning a lot of money by giving offers where it is not required, now brands have more solid information on whether this particular customer is not really proceeding because they have a money crunch, or they are just simply not as interested with what they are seeing on the menu. So now earlier, if Domino's was sending an abandoned cart message to thousands of people and just giving them offer to all of them, now Domino's is going to segment the messaging at an n equals to 1 level, which means You might be getting an offer because you might be a deal sensitive person, but another person might be getting an add-on service because it's more about delight for them, right? And another one would be getting a different kind of messaging. Maybe they would be getting a recommendation of another pizza to try on, right? So now businesses have very, very pure kind of data and intel on consumer because of the kind of information we get from app, and the marketing strategy, as you know, it is much more specific. And the best one for the last, predictive marketing, right? Netflix is a very good example of predictive marketing, wherein platforms use this pure data to predict your likings. For example, Netflix predicts what is the next show that you are going to love, right? I've always noticed that my husband's login has completely a different set of recommendations vis-a-vis my login. Every day, a lot of shows go live, a lot of movies go live on Netflix. Not everything everyone is going to live. So what Netflix does is Netflix uses this algorithm called as Netflix cinematic algorithm that decides basis your viewing history, what you rate on Netflix, and how much time do you spend, and what kind of searches you make on Netflix. This is done by a lot of new age brands like Spotify, etc. I was talking about it in another video on artificial intelligence, where Spotify also sends a recommendation playlist every Monday, and it also uses a similar kind of predictive modeling. Some interesting facts about Netflix that you might not know. Well, Netflix initially started as a DVD rental company. How cool is that? And in 1997, when it first started, its name was Kibble, Kibble. And of course, the name changed over a period of time. Another important bit is the level of personalization Netflix goes into is crazy. So it's said that Netflix has an algorithm called as Netflix Green Light, which Netflix uses to come up with what kind of shows to create. It uses intel by us as users, what we like, where are our high points, and it uses that to craft the shows that it produces under the label Netflix Originals. And if you remember watching Netflix thumbnails, and you would wonder that you always feel like clicking on those thumbnails, then there is a specific reason for that, because Netflix uses custom thumbnails for you basis what you have clicked before. So it checks the CTR, click-through rates of your previous clicks, what you click very frequently and why you click it, and then it uses artificial intelligence to create these visuals. If you don't know it already, OpenAI that has launched ChatGPT also had a image creation artificial intelligence based model called as Wall-E. So these tools are already available in the market, and Netflix uses this very effectively. And Netflix doesn't stop to amaze us. It has a special dubbing team that uses a lot of analytics to figure out what are the previous dubs that people have liked, why they have liked, and they dub their future shows accordingly. It also has a special testing team to do experiments, and it's called Netflix tagging team in-house. So they are very, very big on analytics and generating insights out of it. If you know any specific insight on Netflix, do comment and let me know. Would be super excited to know all of it. Now you know how personalization is changing the way we do marketing in 2023. Now the question is, Nidhi, we understood what personalization is, but how do we personalize our efforts? Well, you personalize your efforts. One, in order to personalize, you need to have that kind of analytics integrated in your systems and processes, which means you need a marketing automation tool. You need to have analytics tools like Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics on your app, on your website, in your CRM. Once you start tracking all the analytics data of your consumer, the pure form of data that you gather, the better your personalization is going to be. Once you start capturing this data using these analytics softwares, you start storing this data in the right form. And then you feed it into a marketing automation platform like HubSpot, or if you are using email marketing automation platform like MailChimp, you feed this data in, you integrate actually this data into these platforms, and you start sending communication. You can also, and in fact increasingly, Amazon's, Netflix, Facebooks of the world are using artificial intelligence and modeling sophisticated models to figure out what is the next best conversation to have with the consumer, right? So your marketing team will use these sophisticated methods to generate insights, because just capturing data will not really give any kind of insight. You need to figure out the insight, and then only you will be able to reach out to the consumer with personalized efforts. Well, what are the insights are you talking about, Nidhi? Can you explain more, you ask? Well, I'm talking about, say, you will need to know if your consumer has bought any product from you before recommending another product, because you don't want to recommend the same product that they already have. Unless you have an analytics platform, you will not be figure out what product to recommend and what they have already bought. You get the point? Now, the second question is, how do I reach out with this kind of personalization? Well, once you have a sophisticated system, you can reach out via personalized ads, personalized landing pages, in fact, very dynamic website pages custom to customers' need. You can also reach out via email marketing. It's a very common way. In fact, today till today's point, a lot of people, a lot of marketers used to use just email marketing to do personalizing, calling consumers' name, wishing them on their birthdays, sending them email on their on the products that they have already visited. For example, Amazon will always send you the list of products that you have visited so that you can refer back to them. So yeah, email is another very cost-effective way of doing it. There are tools that will enable you to create custom landing pages and show different message to different consumer bases the intel that you have provided. Personalized chatbot experience. Now with tools like ChatGPT, and do check out the playlist that I have created on ChatGPT, which is an AI based conversational style chatbot. It is almost like a human. So increasingly brands are now using ChatGPT to have conversations with their consumer, and consumer can actually go and ask specific questions, and this artificially intelligence based trained ChatGPT model interacts with the consumer just like a human being and gives personalized responses. So if I want to know about cost or dimensions of a product, it will give me answers that are custom made for me, right? I predict that in future I'm going to have a conversation with ChatGPT on e-commerce websites, just like how I have a conversation at a store with a shopkeeper. Like if I want to buy say a dress for a wedding, and I want to look glamorous, and I want a red dress in vibrant color, I am going to have this conversation with a chatbot, and it will be able to understand my requirement and will be giving me recommendations. How cool is that? That's where personalization is heading, guys. And if we are not using if we are not using artificial intelligence and ChatGPT in our efforts, then we are lagging behind. And if you have not checked out my video on ChatGPT, do check out, because you will get a lot of information that you can use in marketing strategies. And then last but not the least, you can also reach out to consumer with personalized push notifications, personalized WhatsApp messages. Make My Trips of the world are already in a very fantastic way using it. I book ticket online and I immediately get my tickets, my specific offers, for example, to book cab, etc., on my WhatsApp itself. How cool is that? That's a very good and helpful way of personalizing. And they are able to again do it because they have softwares and automation set up in the right way. Whatever I'm speaking in today's videos, of course, comes with a lot of good tech setup. So if you have not been reading and learning about MarkTech, this is the time that you start doing it. Start researching what is marketing automation software. Start Googling what is artificial intelligence in digital marketing, and start educating yourself, because in 2023 you can't do without them. Yeah, so that's all for now. Do check out my playlist. I have been creating content around MarkTech, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, etc. I have a lot of stuff coming up on what are some trends to watch out in video marketing, in content marketing, in SEO. So do subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next video.